Imagine a world where obstacles are not dead ends, but launch pads for new beginnings. This has been my core belief from last 5 years when COVID-19 struck Pakistan. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Syed Haider Aziz, co-founder of ISAAR Foundation, a student-led organization determined to bring change in Pakistan and beyond. 5 years ago, when COVID-19 struck Pakistan, our country was in a complete state of turmoil. People were dying. They were dying because of the virus, because of the fear of the virus, and they were dying because of lack of preventative knowledge. Me and my friends seized the opportunity, and despite of our youth, despite of our limited resources, and despite of no prior experience at all, we were determined to bring the change. We started off small. We started with a simple social media campaign. We made a Facebook page, an Instagram page. We used to educate people on how they could save themselves from COVID-19, and we used to raise trends about COVID-19 in Pakistan. But then came the magical breakthrough. It was at that moment when Dr. Tahir Shamsi from Karachi introduced plasma therapy for COVID patients. Our team visited hospitals around Pakistan. We collected data regarding the COVID-19 survivors. Then we used to call those survivors. We called them, persuaded them to donate their plasma. And once they agreed, we used to register them on our website. Then we made an online portal and a helpline number. The families of the patients who needed plasma therapy used to contact us, and in just a month, we were able to facilitate more than 100 connections, and on follow-up, we got to know we had saved 20 precious lives. After this initiative, we realized that the art of never giving up doesn't reside in the fact that you have to wait for the right moment, but you have to step up and you have to make your moment the right moment. So, ladies and gentlemen, today I'm here to talk about how youth can be a catalyst to change. But first of all, we need to know why is change required and what sort of change is required. If we look around ourselves in Pakistan, more than 50 million people are below the poverty line. Every fourth person faces hunger, and millions of children are out of schools. So why is change required and what sort of change is required is answered. But what happens is, whenever someone starts to take a social welfare initiative, or you start your campaign to empower someone, there will be certain set of problems that you will face. And right now, today, I am here to answer those questions. So the first question or the first problem that you'll face is when to start. The idea of ISAAR, I delayed it for 3 years. And it was delayed due to my own laziness, due to my own self-doubts. Trust me, the moment you get the idea to run your campaign, to run your NGO, to run your project, that is the most ideal time to start. I'm not saying go big on the start. Start small. Plan your objectives, plan your project, plan your initiative, but start. Never doubt yourself. Never delay it, because the most ideal moment is when you get the thought. Nature wants you to go with your idea, and nature wants to do your project. The only obstacle is yourself. The next question is, which, once you'll start your project, you'll start discussing it with your friends, your family, your parents, and the next question they'll throw towards you is, will you be able to manage this with your studies? So I, being a medical student, I'm now in my current 3rd year of MBBS at Lahore Medical and Dental College. What would happen is, you will have your exams, you'll have your vivas, you'll have your OSPs. But once you start, trust me, nature will shape your routine in such a way that you'll be able to take out time for your objective. For example, last year, we started ISAAR in Ramzan, and we started as one of the student-led Dastarkhans. Our first Iftar Dastarkhan was at Shaukat Hospital for 1,000 people. We were extremely tired. And we actually wanted to delay our Dastarkhan till next 10 days. However, the success of our first Iftar motivated us to be there the very next day. We were there the next day because we knew that there are people who are expecting us to be there, and we had to be there at any cost. The next question, or the next self-doubt that you'll get is, why would somebody trust me? Or why would someone stand with you? Why would somebody follow you? Why would people put their efforts for you? So back in August, we started our Green Pakistan initiative. Me and my team wanted to plant trees. We started off, okay, let's plant 50 trees, let's plant 100 trees, let's plant 200 trees, but we did not know how to plant a single tree. So the first exercise that we did was to learn what sort of soil is required, what sort of trees are required, how would we plant a tree. And eventually, we ended up planting 4,000 trees on 14th of August. And volunteers from Kinnaird College were also there as well. So another thing, and now this is going to be the key concept from my side, failure. In any of the projects you start, you'll face failure. So failure is when you'll get the temptation to compromise on your goals and your dreams. For example, this time I aimed to put on Pakistan's biggest student-led Dastarkhan. We are aiming for 50,000 iftar meals. Before Ramzan, we had zero funds, 0 pennies. Before Ramzan, and there are still 6 to 7 days in Ramzan. I started, the first day, the response was not that good. And I was like, acha, 50,000 ko na 20,000 kar lete hain, 15,000 kar lete hain. But before Ramzan, in our pre-Ramzan campaign, we have raised enough funds to host 30,000 meals already. So, the concept that I'm trying to portray right now is you only fail once you give up. If you don't give up, there's no point. You will never, ever, ever fail in any of your projects. So, the most important part is, right now, I am here, and this is a very heart-to-heart connection between youth. This is from youth, by youth. We are the people जिन्होंने आगे जाके bureaucrats बनना है, justice बनना है, army में जाना है, military में, different areas के ऊपर जाना है. And for you to bring the change, you need to know the ground realities. आप CSS का इम्तिहान देते हैं, bureaucrat बन जाते हैं, and if you are unaware of the ground realities, you cannot serve the people. So get aware of the ground realities. You must know what is happening on ground. What do you need to change? And only then can you bring the actual change. I'll end my talk on a call to action. This is my call to action to all the talented people sitting here right in this auditorium attending the TEDxKinnaird. You know, thousands of people must got to know that TEDxKinnaird is happening. But only a few hundred people showed up. And do you know why? Because you are the chosen people. You are the like-minded people who are here to bring the change. So if you actually want to bring up the change, step up, break the barriers, break the boundaries, and sky is the limit. Thank you very much.